everyone, this is Asavri here. I welcome you all the viewers on behalf of investmentguruindia.com to this exclusive seminar. Today we have with us Mr. Anuj Gupta from Angel Grouping. He is Deputy Vice President and Head Research in Commodity and Currency Market. So we welcome you, sir.
Hello, Asavri, how are you?
I'm fine. I hope you are doing well.
Yeah.
So, sir, let's quickly start with a very basic question about commodity market for the beginners. So, can you explain us what is MCX and NCDEX in commodity market?
See, Asavri, in this moment, COVID-19, everybody is looking after the investment opportunity. And we have noticed that since the equity market is going down almost 30% since inception. And apart from that, if we check it from the commodity side, every commodity is means giving a good returns like gold and crude and silver and all the agri commodities. So now the commodity is become a part of a portfolio. We have already earlier said that everybody should have a commodity in their portfolio, but right now everybody is looking after the commodity side because at this moment commodity give a very good return, and even if somebody has a commodity in their portfolio, it gives the means security side of for this portfolio. So for this commodity perspective, we have two exchanges, MCX and NCDX. This commodity market has been started in 2003 under FMC. Right now it's under SEBI. So there are two exchanges for commodity trading perspective, MCX and NCDX. MCX stands for Multi Commodity Exchange and NCDX stands for National Commodity Derivative Exchange. Both exchanges are similar, but the product wise they are different because whenever we talk about international commodities, we generally prefer MCX, and when we talk about agriculture commodity, we prefer NCDX. All commodities are listed in both exchanges, but due to volatility and liquidity, we gave this segregation. Means if somebody wants to trade in gold, silver, international commodities, so they can prefer to MCX, and if somebody wants to trade in agriculture commodity, they can go for NCDX. This is you can say agriculture exchange. You can say.
Okay. So, sir, for first-time trader, can you explain what does bullion means? Like, how do traders use this term into the market?
See, bullions means a precious metal. Means bullions means a gold and silver. Means and we can say a bullion is a means a cup of you can precious metal kind of thing. Means but in exchanges there two precious metal are listed, which is gold and silver. So we can say that bullion is equal to gold and silver. This is a part of precious metal, combination of precious metal. And when we talk about whenever traders use bullion as a term, so generally they are asking about the gold, because in bullion term we can say that there is a 80% kind of thing, 80% ratio of gold and 20% of silver. So whenever we talk about the bullion, so we can say that this is particularly talk about the means most preferably for the gold.
Okay. So, sir, like in stock, yeah, financial market, there is always a need to control your risk, or there is an importance of stop loss. So, in commodity market, like according to you, stop loss का क्या importance होता है?
See, this since this is a futures market, there is a no cash market just like NSE cash and BSE cash. So this is a purely a intraday kind of thing or trading platform. Since it's a very highly leveraged market, because there is a margin kind of mechanism, just like if somebody trade in equity market, Nifty and Bank Nifty, so it's this is similar to the equity futures. So there is a highly leveraged market, and there is a high, since there is a very high leverage, so there is a very high risk, and also there is chances of high return. So whenever there is a high risk and high return, so there is should be a stop loss kind of thing. Means if I trade in commodity market, so I have to put my loss in a bracket. Means I cannot lose my money about means more than this amount. So in this is the first lesson when we when somebody want to start in commodity, he should monitor their losses. So stop loss is a term, or stop loss is a technical term where he can or they can use this feature to means bracket their stop losses. Means if somebody wants to trade in gold. So gold is a highly commodity, even silver is highly commodity, highly movement commodity. So if somebody wants to trade in this commodity, so he has put a stop loss trade. Stop loss trade means when suppose he buy gold at 46,000, and if he thought that he cannot take more the risk more than 200 rupees, so he can put stop loss below 200 rupees. Whenever market touches this 200 rupees below, the order is automatically executed. So this is a feature where an investor or trader can restrict their loss. Means he can put a level where his risk should be restricted.
Okay. So do you feel there are any kind of similarities between equity and commodity market? And what are the key factors, especially the traders who want to trade into commodity market, they should keep in mind?
See, just I say that this is a futures market as equal to Nifty and Bank Nifty options. There is also option has been started in commodity market. So this is purely a futures trading market. So this is as similar as equity market in terms of equity market. But if we talk about the baseline underlying asset, so this is a different product, because in equity market we are generally betting on companies, we are generally betting on economy, and sometimes we are betting on the policies. But in commodity segment, when we invest in commodity, we generally betting on global situation. We are betting on demand and supply. We are generally betting on the global environment. So this is underline is the different as compared to equity market. But if we talk about commodity as a trading kind of thing, so equity is basically for an investment purpose, but commodity is basically for the risk management. Because when the commodity market has been launched, so the basic criteria for this to launch the commodity market is to risk their losses, means risk to manage their risk. So because in commodity market, there are so many hedgers, there are so many importers, there are so many exporters, farmers are participating in this commodity market. So the main agenda is to manage their risk, because sometimes due to volatility, farmers can face the risk, importer can face the risk, if exporter can face the risk, even sometimes jewelers can face the risk due to volatility. So they can use this market to hedge their actual positions in physical market. So this is underlying is a different from equity commodity, but the trading style is the same in commodity and equity.
Okay. So do commodity market get affected mostly by domestic events, or mostly it is dependent on global events?
See, earlier it was depend on the domestic features, domestic reasons. But right now, if we talk about, since we are means enhance our boundaries to globalization, towards globalization. So now all the effects, all the issues are impacted to commodity market. Just like if we talk about agriculture segment, earlier we are seeing that only domestic reasons are affected to the commodity segment, agriculture commodity. But right now, agri commodities are also affected by the global impacted. Suppose if we talk about the cotton, if China is not going to acquire the cotton, and if we notice that the US agriculture department, USDA, said that the crop has been damaged, so the cotton prices automatically will move upside or downside. But if we talk about domestic reason, if we have a very ample of supplies, if we ample of demand, so there will be no movement. So right now, every global impact, every global reason will impact the commodity market. Not only domestic, we can say every movement, everything, every data are also impacted to the commodity market.
Okay. So what are your current commodity market readings? Like, what is your current view on commodity market, and how do you think like precious metals, gold, silver, look to you in near future? Are there any important levels?
See, since I'm saying that equity market is earlier equity market is are not performing well. It's currently going down. So people are adding commodity as a portfolio diversification. So I'm saying that everybody should have the commodity segment in their portfolio, at least 20-30%. They can add commodity as a portfolio diversification, because it gives a hedge against inflation. If it gives a return when the equity market is going down, they are performing. we have already seen that when equity market is going down 30%, gold gave a return of 23-24% return. So if somebody added gold in a portfolio, the risk is automatically managed. So this is the necessity to add commodity in their equity portfolio management. Everybody has a gold in the physical form, but right now there are so many things. Means you can go for the e-gold, you can use the exchange to add their gold in the portfolio. Right now, if we look after the commodity segment, since the lockdown is going to open, so we have noticed that all the agriculture commodity prices are going toward upside due to the expectation of demand, increasing in demand. Let's say if we talk about the crude oil prices are increasing in last week almost 16%. If we check from last 3 year month, is already increased by 200%. So the demand and supply is the main factor which provide the movement to the commodity market. So we are expecting in coming time every commodity will perform well apart from that gold and silver, because whenever the things are going to easy or going to clear or going to means going to give their signals positively, so gold and silver demand will reduce as in a safe haven. So we can say that in a short term there is chances to correction in gold and silver, but in other commodity like base metal, in crude oil prices, or in agriculture segment, we are expecting some positivity since we have noticed last week is also going went very positive. So in coming time, we are expecting a positive trend in agriculture in industrial metal side. But bullion segment, we are still wait for some time, because it's a time for profit booking in the gold and silver.
Okay. So my next question is about actually agricultural commodities, sir. कि agri commodity में how do you think MSP hike will impact, and also how do you see the change in APMC market regulations?
Last week cabinet gave approval to increase the MSP, and we have noticed that almost 30-40% increase the MSP is the minimum support price. It's give a positive clue to the agri commodities, and after this increase in MSP, we have noticed that all agriculture commodity which are listed on exchanges has increased. Let's say soybean is increased by 3%, chana is also increased by 4%. So this is a very positive view for agriculture commodity, where and even due to this increase in MSP, farmers will grow more commodities where they can get a higher MSP. So I think MSP will give a very good impact on agriculture side. Even APMC Mandi Committee will also mean support this MSP kind of activity, because due to this every farmer will grow more commodities, and you can say earlier we have very fully growing pulses segment. Right now we are targeting for oilseed segment. So I think due to increase in MSP, we will 100%ly, you can say, Atmanirbhar in oilseed segment also. So I think APMC is also positive for this MSP hike.
Okay. So do you think there is any kind of relation between food inflation prices and commodity in agriculture food prices? Is there any relation between that?
See, there is little bit relation, but right now in earlier decision where in the Commodity Regulation Act, so they give some relaxation for agriculture commodities, where they are saying that there is no stock limit in agriculture commodities in a same period. So I think right now this is handled by the open market. So there is little bit a relation between food inflation and the commodity prices. But right now, whenever we talk about the demand and supply, or whenever we talk about the production side, we have a very ample of supply. So I think we cannot say 100% it's a part. Yes, it's a little bit, you can say, a part of food inflation.
Okay. So I would like to come back to crude oil. Okay. So during this pandemic period, we actually saw crude oil trading into negative section. So I want to ask, like, what is your current view on crude oil? Like, are there any important levels that traders should look out for currently?
Yes, actually, earlier we are used to say that commodity price never be zero, but right now we have changed our definition that commodity price will go anywhere, because we have seen that crude oil prices went to below zero and touched -$40 per barrel. And in the month of April, 20th April, this is a date, the historical date where the crude oil price touched the low of -$40 per barrel. After this correction, we have seen that so many meetings was happened with OPEC and US and Russia and all. They are agreed to cut their oil production. And earlier the supply side is very high, and nobody wants to take delivery in crude oil because due to the lockdown there is no demand. So the supplies are very high. But right now the picture is 100% different, because right now the supplies are very tight and demand is going to increase as lockdown is open and resume all the industrial activity, resume all the major economy. I think now the forecast for the crude oil prices is very positive. And even yesterday, we have noticed that the US payroll, non-farm payrolls and employment rate is going to very decrease. So I think this will also positive for the economy. I think the trend for the crude oil prices is very positive. Currently, it's trading around 38, $39. And for the coming perspective, yes, we can say that it can go upside, and a very short term target would be $44 per barrel to $45 per barrel. So due to increasing in demand, we are now very optimistic on the crude oil prices.
Okay. So, sir, there is a question about currency market as well. Like, we would like to know, is there any kind of correlation between commodity and currency market? Does price and these precious metals have any relationship between each other?
Yes, they are all correlated, because in commodity side we are some commodity in export side we are net exporter, and sometimes we are net importer. Let's say in crude oil prices we are the net importer, but in terms of jewelry side we are the net exporter. So this is totally means the relation between currency and commodity, because we are net importer sometimes and we are net exporter. So this is automatically relation between the commodity and currency, which is the forex trading kind of thing. So yes, whenever we saw a very good movement in commodity, and in commodity we have seen that the fluctuation in the currency also. Right now, if we talk about the relation between crude oil and the forex side, so crude oil, whenever we saw a increase in the crude oil prices, so our inflation will increase. Our inflation will increase, so automatically the rupee will depreciate. So this will means you can say a direct impact on direct relation between commodity and forex.
Okay, very well. In currency market, what is your take currently, like on currencies like rupees, USD, GBP, Euro? What is your current take on this?
See, I will give you a view on USD INR, because currently we have noticed that dollar index is below a 7 week low, below 98. As you can say, we are currently seeing that very riots in going on in the US market. So this will give a negative to the US dollar, and due to this, we are expecting our rupee will appreciate. Currently, we are seeing that rupee is trading around 75 or 76 odd level. So we are seeing that since the equity market is performing, global economies are rebounding. So I think currency will appreciate. So in terms of USD, in terms of GBP, in terms of Euro, we are seeing that currency will appreciate. US dollar, I think this will go depreciate, because due to this riot and due to this tension between US, China, and Hong Kong, the US dollar will depreciate and it will give the support to all the currencies. So in very short term, we are expecting appreciation in USD INR, means in Indian rupee.
Okay. Sir, my last question to you is, what is your brief view on globally, what is your brief view and what is going to be the future in for next 1 or 2 months? And what are the global, yeah, please.
Yesterday we have noticed that Nasdaq hits all-time high, and Dow Jones is also increased by 3-4%, and even our Bank Nifty is also increased, and even talk about the different indices like CAC and DAX, all are increasing very positive from last 2 months. Sorry, from last 2 weeks. So our view on all these indices are very optimistic, because demand is increasing, economies are rebounding. And even industrial activity is increasing. So I think this will give some boost to all the major economies. Definitely, our view on these indices are very positive.
Okay. And sir, any events, domestic or global events that investors or traders should look forward for in this coming few days?
See, there is a data with the Federal Bank meeting where they can decide to reduce interest rates, and even the major data is the OPEC meeting where they can going to decide production cut in crude oil prices. And yes, the meeting between or the tension between US, China, and even India in China. These are the major factor which can provide the further movement to in these indices, because these tensions are very important, because this tension will hamper the import and export. This tension will hamper the economic GDP, and this tension is also very important for the economic growth. So I think these three or four factors are very important, which we can look out for further trend.
Very well, sir. So this information was really very useful for us, for the people who don't know about much about commodity market. So thank you so much for taking out
Thank you.
time and having this conversation with us.